Hello and welcome to today's episode of Mindset Monday. We have a incredible episode for you today. It's going to be about something that is a little bit controversial if you have not delved deep into the world of personal development, personal mastery, all of the things that are helping you to become the person that you need to become internally to be the best leader that you can be. We're going to be talking about the power of reprogramming your subconscious mind so that you can master positive thinking. And this is not in the way that you are ignoring everything that's going on around you, but if you understand what I'm going to teach you today, then you implement the things that I'm going to teach you today, then you have no choice but to be successful in your endeavors to create lasting and phenomenal change in your life. So, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Yashika. I am the founder and CEO of the Lynn Group. Here at the Lynn Group, we do a couple of things. Very passionate about high performance and personal mastery. So, really helping you develop that internal state that you need to be successful both professionally and personally. But then also, since we are leaders and we do have a role to fulfill, how do we do what we need to do internally to then show up as our best self at work through the chaos, through the ups and downs, through the drama, through the challenges, all the things that we have to deal with? And then, secondarily, then how can we take that strategy and excellence and apply it to the work that we're actually doing? From a practical standpoint. So we help with operational strategy, leadership development, and then that internal mindset of a high performing leader. So here on Mindset Mondays, what I specifically do is go over some of the things that are going to help you to develop that resilience and that internal state that you need to show up as your best self in all areas of your life. And then if you don't know, then I also have the leading in healthcare community. Is new, it's growing, but within there, that's where you're going to get the practical stuff like how to communicate better with your team, how to have difficult conversations with your team, how to do all the things that you need to do to be a leader. So here, Mindset Mondays, all about mindset applicable to all areas of your life, because if you don't master this state, then everything else is not going to work. So today we're going to be talking about how you reprogram your subconscious mind. And before we move forward in the conversation that I'm going to give you, that are going to give you these tactics for what it is that you can do to start to implement this into your own life, I want you to understand more about what this is. I have notes. I always have notes because my mind just gets going with these type of things. So reprogramming your mind is a process where you are actually consciously choosing to reshape your thoughts and beliefs and attitudes around something in your life so that you can align with more positive thinking, your goals, the outcomes that you want to experience in your life, and personal growth. So when you start to consciously look at the way that you think, the things that you believe, the way that you feel, that your attitude about certain things in your life, so that you can reshape them, what you end up doing is rewiring the neural pathways in your brain, which is responsible for those automatic responses and behaviors that you carry with you through the conditioning that you've already had, the beliefs that you've already had, the thoughts that you already have. You are not set in stone. Your personality is not set in stone. You can at any time be and experience anything that you want to. And a lot of it has to do with the way that your brain is wired. And you have the power to rewire that if you understand the things that I'm going to teach you. Understanding that our physiology wants to conserve energy for the things that we have to do that are more energy sucking in life. And so we develop a lot of these thoughts and beliefs and attitudes, which become habits. They become habits so that we can conserve our energy for other things that we have going on in our life. So as these things become habits, which is basically when they're hardwired into our system, then we start to live life on autopilot. And we start to just kind of do the same things, have the same thoughts, have the same beliefs, have the same attitude about a certain thing or situation day after day after day after day after day. So it's your responsibility that if you feel like you're not living life the way that you want it, or you feel like you could live a more elevated life, to learn how to stop living life via these automatic responses, disrupt them in some ways. And I'm going to teach you some tactics on how to do that so that you can then consciously reshape these thoughts and create different hardwiring in your psyche, in your brain. So that is essentially, in a simplistic way, how you are going to be reprogramming your mind to have it do what you want it to do. Okay. Now, this is powerful because you need to recognize that the subconscious brain or subconscious mind, it plays a huge role in the things that we complete in our daily lives, the things that we do in our daily lives, the way that we operate in our daily lives. Meaning that thing that I said about us doing a lot of the things that we do on autopilot, how we fix our coffee, how we drive to work every day, the shows that we watch, the food that we eat, the thoughts that we have, the beliefs that we have, the way that we interact with different people that we approach in our personal and our professional life. A lot of this is on autopilot, but the subconscious mind, it guides our thoughts, it guides our emotions, it guides our behaviors. And again, all of this is tied to not you being born a certain way. 99% of it, that's just the majority of it is tied to your upbringing, your conditioning, your beliefs, your life experiences, etc., that shape your subconscious mind. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people, and this could be you could be hearing this for the first time and not even knowing that this is how things work. You could be unaware of this immense influence that this subconscious mind plays on your daily actions, your daily beliefs, your daily thoughts, your daily emotions, and the power that it holds over the way that you move through all areas of your life. And if you find yourself particularly stuck in patterns, in situations, in circumstances, in negativity, where you feel like you are stuck, or you feel like no matter what you do from the level of consciousness you are in right now, that nothing works, then you are someone that is inherently unaware of the power that you have to reprogram your subconscious mind for positivity, for the outcomes you want to experience, and for resilience. And because of that, you are missing out on an opportunity to truly experience the life that it is that you want to experience. So, I'm going to get into some tactics that are going to help you to start to do some of this on your own. And then at the end, I'll give you some information that can help you to take this type of conversation and this work further if this is something that you are interested in. And the first thing is to be someone that is more self aware and thought monitoring. I don't care what you say. This is your life's work. And so a lot of people think they are aware and they do monitor their thoughts, but they really don't. They find themselves stuck in some sort of pattern. It may not be in your whole life. It may just be in this one area of life. No matter what you do, you can't get it on point the way you want it to be on point. That means usually there is some sort of self awareness and thought monitoring that needs to take place, not by you saying that you're doing it, but actually doing it. So, the first step towards reprogramming is really developing a lifelong, it doesn't have to be hard, but it's a lifelong practice of self awareness where you begin to identify your thoughts and identify negative patterns or self imposed limiting beliefs that hold you back. Now, at some point in time, you're going to continue to grow and you're going to continue to evolve. So, some of the things that you may have believed in a certain area of your life that helped you to become successful may not be the same thoughts and beliefs that you need to continue to keep right now as you want to take life to the next level, because you know that you were meant to have more, to be more, to experience more. So, what this means is that this is, again, this lifelong process of looking at your thoughts, looking at your beliefs, challenging these things, especially if you are stuck in a negative pattern, so that you can start to understand how you hold yourself back from the experiences that you want to have in the certain areas of your life. You then start to become more conscious of the impact that the way that you think has on your thoughts and on your emotions and your behaviors. Your thoughts have on your emotions and your behaviors. So I always use an example of there could be two people in the same situation, experiencing the same thing, but take two totally different perspectives away from that experience. And it has to do with our perspective or our thoughts. And the thought, the judgment, whatever it is that we have about that circumstance or that situation that we both experiences, then has us to develop a belief around it. For some of us, for instance, to have super strict parents didn't traumatize us. It made us better. It made us more resilient. It made us more disciplined. But for some other person that had a super strict parent, they could see that as overbearing, as restrictive, as constrictive. And so you see how, based on the way that we respond or the way that we think or the way we interpret someone's behavior, could then color the experience that we have throughout our life. And if you are someone that takes things one way versus the way that I take that certain thing, then what that means is that we now will have a certain attitude about that situation, an attitude about the behavior that we experienced growing up as a child, which impacts our emotional state. Because maybe we get triggered when we find that we're in a similar situation to one that we judged as less than optimal for what it is that we needed at the time. These are going to be different for everybody because we all are unique. That's what makes us all beautiful. But the thing that I want you to take away from this is that if you want to start to reprogram your mind for success, you're going to have to develop a lifelong practice of self awareness and thought monitoring. The second thing that you can do is you can use something called cognitive restructuring and reframing, because we all are human. We are going to have periods where we have these thoughts that haunt us. Sometimes, like when I can't sleep, I'm always amazed at how I can have the best day ever. But if I can't sleep for some reason, the only thoughts that come up in my mind at that time are like the most negative or most crazy thoughts. Like, what if somebody broke in? Or something that happened to me in elementary school and it was less than optimal. And I'm sitting there thinking about it, even though on my normal day to day, it doesn't bother me. The mind is incredibly good at finding situations and circumstances that we deem as negative and having us ruminate over those things. And so, in addition to the self awareness and the thought monitoring, there are going to be times where these negative thoughts, they just continue to creep in. And when those happen to you, you need to learn how to challenge these negative beliefs, these negative assumptions about not only what's going on in your life, but maybe for you it's a goal that you want to achieve. And through the goal that you want to achieve, sorry, my nose is itchy, it's allergy season. And through the goals that you want to achieve, maybe you have a particular assumption about how hard it would be, how long it would take, all the things. So it's up to you to challenge your negative beliefs and your assumptions and reframe them into positive and empowering perspectives. And it may not even be obvious to you what's holding you back on the surface, because for a lot of people, you want to move to the next level in life, or there's something that you want to accomplish and you've put it on a pedestal and made it bigger than it has to be. And what that thing does is hold you back. And you think that maybe the reason why you don't want it is because it's too hard to get, or it'll take too long, or you're too old, or you already have something established, and why do you want more? When in reality, if you went even deeper than that, maybe you find that you have a fear of failure or a fear of success, or you have a fear of what other people are going to think about you. You have a fear of what you would have to lose to get that. So you actually have to almost, not in addition to that self awareness and thought monitoring, is go deeper into these underlying assumptions when these things come up, so that you can understand what is the root behind the negative thinking, so that you can then start to choose more and new supportive beliefs. That's a way to really start to hack your rewiring of your brain. Reframing also allows you to shift your perspective of any challenges or setbacks or failures that you are experiencing, to view them as opportunities for growth and learning. And again, I'm not saying that you're not human. We all know that if we're going through a challenge or we're going through a setback or what we deem to be a failure, we're going to be feeling things that could be labeled as quote unquote negative. However, if you can start to view these things as, okay, I ran into a challenge. What do I need to learn here? What is this situation trying to tell me? Where is it that I need to clean up something so that I can level up? Where is it that I'm almost there, but I just need to redirect energy? If you start to look at your life more like that, more open minded, more from a learning perspective, then what you're going to see is that there is a level of growth and there is a level of learning that can happen when you're experiencing these perceived setbacks, challenges, whatever. So that even if you have to go through them and they're very real, the things that you're experiencing, they don't have to be these challenges that then start to pull you down and disempower you. The third thing that I want to share with you is something that a lot of successful people have become experts at, a lot of top athletes, and it's called visualization and mental rehearsal. So, when you start to engage in the power of visualization and mental rehearsal, what you're doing is you are looking at the things that you want to experience in the future as if you were already experiencing them. So instead of using visualization, because a lot of people don't see pictures very well, sometimes I don't see pictures very well, I like to say imagination and mental rehearsal. So, what you're doing is creating these imaginative scenarios of yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your goals successfully, easily, rapidly, quickly, whatever it is, right? Visualize, imagine how your environment would change. What would you hear around you? What would you see around you? What are some sounds and some sensations that you would be experiencing if you were already succeeding and overcoming those obstacles and achieving your goals? We often think that we don't have the power to do this. However, I'm going to challenge you, because if you think about a fight that you had in the past or a situation that got you riled up and you start to think about it now, you can imagine very vividly what that was like. So as you start to understand how you apply these tools in your various parts of life, and they successfully bring up this negative connotation, these situations and fights that you had in the past, know that you can also use these tools in reverse to bring up good feelings, to put you in that state of already being successful, even if you don't see the world around you changing just yet. What this does is it starts to align your mind with the positive outcomes that you want to experience and achieve. And it primes your subconscious mind to support you in the journey towards success. One book that can help you understand this on a deeper level is called Cybernetics. It's a book that I used to run a 12-month membership, and each month I would walk the members of the group through the personal development steps that they need to be at the end of the group in a much, much better place. And one of the books that I had them read was or provided for them to read was Cybernetics. Get that book if you want to learn more about what I'm speaking about in this episode. So, at the end of the day, if you understand reprogramming your mind, then you're going to understand that your reprogramming efforts that you successfully put into place as your life's work, because you're going to continue, you're going to have to do this. It's not hard again. Well, it's not hard initially. The hardest part is being consistent in the practice. But once you start to get that on point, then you're going to see the enhancement occurring, unfolding in every area of your life, because you have now these tools to help you navigate challenges, navigate setbacks, and you're going to have more grace for yourself and for the situation when you are experiencing it. And you're also not going to become disempowered. So you're going to have that determination to be able to move forward. And this practice is also a prime practice that you're going to find anybody talk about. We all use different words for this type of thing, but any successful person that you talk to is going to have some form of some sort of reprogramming practice that they have in place, even if they don't call it that. So, this mindset will help you bounce back, help you change your attitude, help you face adversity on a in a better way. And it is probably the not probably it's the number one key to unlocking your ability to overcome obstacles, embrace change, and then thrive. So not just survive, not just get by, not just do the same old thing, but actually thrive, grow, excel, expand, all of that. So I am going to leave the episode at that. If you liked what you hear, I want to invite you to take this conversation deeper, to take this practice deeper. If you don't know already, I work with clients one-on-one. I work with teams. I work with organizations to help you to develop the skills that you need to adopt these type of things into your personal practice in order to, like I said, elevate your life on all levels. And so if you want to learn more about working with me so that I can help you do this or any of the other things that you hear me talk about on this Mindset Monday podcast, Leading in Healthcare podcast, then make sure that you look in the description wherever you're watching that or wherever you're watching this, and reach out for more information on how we can work together, how I can teach you all of these things that I have used successfully on hundreds of clients that have helped them reshape their lives. They're 80%, the ones that did the work, I would say 100% of them are years later still living their best life. So if you want guaranteed results that if you do what I tell you to do, that you're going to have a better life, then check the information box wherever you're listening or watching this episode. And I will talk to you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.